YouTube. The Hollywood of millennials. The pinnacle of post-pandemic entertainment. The late-stage capitalist twist to the American dream. Everyone who's anyone who says they're not a normie, but definitely is, wants to be a YouTuber. And a lot of the internet cool guys want to be too.
See, Mom, I'm not a normie. I know to call myself a cool internet guy.
But how do you rise to the top of this all-exclusive platform of influence? How do you climb the elusive rungs of algorithmic stardom and amass 18 different passive income streams? How do you even work iMovie? Well, don't you worry, you Giga Chads and chicken nuggets, because just like anyone who claims they're an expert on anything nowadays, I have watched 2, maybe 3 YouTube videos on YouTube on making a YouTube channel. So I can now tell you everything there is to know. And if that doesn't entice you, I'll also be pulling from my extensive career of doing the tubes myself. So get your seatbelts on, everyone, and prepare to be... So you made it through the last 3 years since the
coronavirus!
Head down, survival mode on, wasn't much creativity going on in the head. But that didn't stop the tubers from banging your virtual door down through that first shut-in year with so much talk of,
this is a fantastic time to start.
This is the time where the people that take advantage of this opportunity are going to come out much further ahead.
Now is your time to do it. You have more time than ever. You're stuck at home. Start creating videos.
You've come out the other end of all that, finally starting to feel your lower Maslow needs met again, only to be kept down by the guilt that you never got started in the first place. Don't worry, King. We're going to go through the basics of the tubes of you so that even you can finally get started. First thing is obviously your channel name. You're going to want to know your own name before you start posting stuff. Whether you use your actual legal name, your gamer tag you first came up with when you were 10, or even something particularly boomer-esque and use one of the randomly generated names from an ancient RPG game you played as a kid and are still overly nostalgic about. You do you. Whatever the name may be, you can always change it, but getting one down is the first obstacle to getting started. After deciding on your name, it's on to the videos. You might think, well, what already? But unfortunately, this empty YouTube channel of yours isn't gonna fill itself. I know, it seems daunting, but you're here, right? I'm gonna call you on your bluff for a minute and say you didn't end up on this tiny video in the pits beneath the algorithm without having seen a few other YouTube videos about starting a channel. You probably already know a good bit about YouTube and have several ideas already of what you want to make on here. But perhaps you're detailed and you make sure everything you ever make is polished and pristine before releasing it. So you wouldn't dare sacrifice any of these precious video ideas to what you know will be the inevitable, tragic guinea pig of a first video. So it's hard to decide which video to make first. Or is that it? Perhaps it's hard to even make a first video, knowing what you know about YouTube already. You feel like you're not ready because... why? Perhaps you need a better camera, a better mic, one of these light stands on Amazon with specs you know nothing about. Blue and red toned LEDs. Have you designed your logo and your profile pic and your banner pic? Did you claim your name on all your social medias and claim your website domain and get all... Have you nailed down the exact specific subgenre of your niche that you will have to make sure every single one of your videos fits into? Did you research what Google AdSense is yet and figure out how to make sure you can fully monetize your videos for ad revenue? Did you ever actually open up iMovie yet? Because I'm gonna be real, I'm not actually gonna teach you iMovie today. Have you downloaded a search engine optimization plugin to make sure you're using the right hashtag? Have you figured out where your 18 different passive income streams? How do you film yourself when it is this awkward? Just hearing your own voice, not knowing if anyone will care about your videos.
How do you find motivation to start when there's so much else to this whole YouTube thing? Well, the answer might actually be pretty simple.
Honestly, guys, if I waited until I was finally ready, I would have never started. There is no perfect moment when you'll finally be ready. So start before your mind thinks that you are.
Honestly, the only thing that's going to hold you back, it's not going to be your camera. It's not going to be your lighting that you have. Honestly, it's going to be you. It's going to be self-doubt.
And I think that's something that a lot of people forget, that it's not at the end of the day about the money. It's not even about the credibility. It's also just about you, right? This could be something that you really enjoy and really have fun doing.
We all overthink this so much, like, oh my god, my first video has to be good and has to be perfect, and what are people going to think? Why do you think that video number 1 matters? It's just completely inconsequential. What matters is that you actually just get started and you realize that hitting that publish button on YouTube is not as hard as it originally seems.
So, listen, I don't have the massive, extensive YouTube channel of experience to be handing out advice on the topic, let alone offering to teach you how to do it. So, listen to the creators that started before us.
And get started. Make the videos.
It's all about literally just doing it and making the things in the first place. It's about facing that overwhelming feeling of thinking you don't know how to do it and saying, I want to do it anyway.